Hello friends and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to show you how can you protect yourself from system crashes and problems using an application that is for me indispensable called System Restore. This is going to be the first in a series of videos where I'm going to show you the things that you should do to protect yourself against system crashes, viruses, and all kinds of problems that can affect your computer. So the first thing you should do is go to the start and then type restore, and the first option you see is create a restore point. I'm going to click on that. That will open the option in the system properties window, and you can see here you have System Restore, which is the application I was talking about. Now this application works in this way. It creates a snapshot called a restore point of the operating system and puts it in the hard drive. So for example, every time there is a big update in your system, automatically System Restore creates that recovery restore point. Now this will only back up the system state and the system files of your computer. It will not back up your files. So it's not a backup, it's just a restore of the system files. But it's very, very useful because, for example, let's say you download a software and you have a virus in it, and you try to remove it and you are unsuccessful. Well, the easiest and fastest way to recover from that is just go back in time to a restore point that is before you install that program. So the first thing you should do is click on configure and make sure that the system restore option is turned on. So the first option should be on. The second thing you should do is check how much space the software is dedicated for the restore points. In this case I have 10%, which is 46 gigabytes. You see I already have used 1.1 gigabyte. So I recommend that depending on your hard drive space that you leave at least 10% of your drive to System Restore to make sure that you have enough restore points to go back to. But most of the time 5% is also enough. So I'm gonna click OK. And by the way, you can also here delete restore points that you have stored in time. You don't need them anymore. So for now I'm just going to click OK, and let's say you want to create a restore point manually. So let's say you installed a big program, and or before you install a big program you want to have that protection. So you just click on create, you name your restore point, let's say before Office 2018. Let's say you click create, and after a few minutes the system will be backed up in a restore point with that description. So the last thing I want to show you is what happens when you need to restore your system. Well, you go back to the screen and click on System Restore, and here you could press next, and here you will see the different restore points that were created. You see the last restore point, it was a critical update made by Windows Update. So this was done automatically. So if I click on show more restore points, I have one more done some time ago. So if you have created manual restore points, they will appear here. Now this amount of memory you will have will determine how many restore points you can have in this list. So you select one of these, click on next, and it will start the process and your computer will be restored to that point in time. System Restore is really the first line of defense when something goes wrong. It's much easier to go back to a restore point that you have created than starting the forensic job to determine what's wrong with the system. I use this a lot when for example, if I upgrade or update a driver from this display or anything in the computer related to hardware, and then that driver starts to fail or the update went wrong, I can go back quickly to a restore point, and that will eliminate the problem and revert that update. So it's a very, very important. System Restore is your first line of defense in many different kinds of problems. I strongly recommend it, and make sure that you familiarize yourself with it and that you create restore points automatically but also manually in critical points throughout the use of your computer. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe and support this channel. Thank you so much.